Hello, this is Marketing 645, Strategic Management, a Global Approach with Professor Adrian Allen. My name is Corey McCall, and we're going to go over Porter's competitive strategies. On our agenda today, we're going to first provide an overview of Porter's 4 competitive strategies. Secondly, describe 4 companies as they relate to Porter's competitive strategies and why they're successful. Third, we're going to find practical uses for implementing Porter's competitive strategies, then find alternative methods or approaches, and then offer references. In Porter's 4 competitive strategies overview, we'll first consider the cost leadership strategy, which is a skill or capability a company or business organization possess, which can devise, generate, and market a potential product or service more proficiently than its competitors. The objective in the cost leadership strategy is to find the lowest cost in production and the least cost in distribution so that a company can offer its customers the lowest price possible in the market. Secondly, we'll go over the differentiation strategy, which is the ability for a company to adapt and provide a unique but superior value to its customers. In this particular strategy, companies are seeking to find products of value to a certain group of individuals or a group of consumers in which they will find more value in. And they can't find exactly maybe in a broader market, but they target certain products that customers find more value in, and they may be harder to find out there in a broader market. Okay, so cost focus, which is the third, is a strategy which focuses on limited market segment and distinct niche. It requires the company to understand the habits and unconventional behavior of a particular market and the distinctive needs of its customers. In this particular strategy, we're talking about a niche market mostly. So basically the customers are, should I say, the companies are focusing on customers in a particular industry or niche market into which they are looking at their habits, their spending habits, and what they're buying, and targeting on those particular products and services that they can provide the users, provide the customers in that particular market. Okay, differentiation focus, which is similar to the cost focus strategy, but also narrows down even more established niche market. So if they already have established niche market that's out there, and the differentiation focus strategy is actually look at other aspects that a company can find that would be of particular interest to a group of select individuals within a niche market, and find ways to actually market those products to them so they become more competitive than even others that are targeting in niche markets. The first company I'd like to introduce in Porter's competitive strategy is NVIDIA, which has a differentiation focus. It established a successful niche market focusing upon graphical processing units. These units are part of a computer processing industry, and the GPUs are basically a niche market within that industry. It owns about 80% of its own market share, have an ROI year on year, which averages about 48 to 58%, and has accelerated innovation in the GPU market. So none of the competitors can actually outperform them at this time because they have really targeted GPUs as their source of income, and the other competitors are actually too widespread in the products and innovations that they're trying to accomplish. And so basically, NVIDIA is actually focusing on one item, which is actually helping them stay afloat and outperforming the market in that particular area. The second company I'd like to introduce in Porter's competitive strategy is Pinterest, which has a cost focus and cost leadership approach. Cost focus due to catering to a limited market segment or distinct niche. Then in this case, it's going to be social media with design and fashion. It has a cost leadership approach because it devises skill, generate or market a parallel product, which is similar to Facebook and Instagram. Also arrived as a late entrant on the social network market after Instagram and Facebook. Has a built-in design and fashion platform and uses case and for use cases of 81% female user audience. In this particular situation, more females are actually going to Pinterest, but they're also using it for design and fashion. Success having 55% of the user base search for products on platform to buy as compared to 12% on Facebook. Also produces 5% of the world's referral link traffic. The third company I'd like to introduce is Zoom, which is actually having a cost leadership strategy. It provides an online technology with more options for consumers to send money locally or abroad, meaning overseas, as compared to its competitors, Western Union and MoneyGram. It offers the same service to customers as their incumbents, but at a lower cost. So Zoom was actually purchased. It used to be called Zoom Money, but it was actually purchased by PayPal in 2015. Due to the expertise to generate in parallel a money sending and receiving product better than its competitors. So it's very successful because it's outperforming competitors, Western Union, with gross margins of 20 BPS higher. Lastly, I'd like to introduce the company Amazon as one of Porter's competitive strategies. They offer a cost leadership approach. The objective to Amazon is minimizing operational costs using advanced computing and networking technologies in order to maximize efficiency and operational costs. Also uses process automation to assist in purchasing and scheduling tasks. Strategically, their goal is to continuously improve their information technology and e-commerce infrastructure to gain and maintain a competitive advantage. Again, they're using technology to do so. And offer services in more countries internationally, which currently they offer services in more than 10 countries globally, including Canada, United Kingdom, China, and India. So the practicality of Porter's competitive advantages allows the evaluation and characterization of a company's hyper-competitive approach to their industry market and competitors. So what this is saying is that someone is able to look at a particular company and use a structure to evaluate how the company is being competitive with their with their competitors, and find out that whether or not they are successful or not in doing so. Also provides an understanding why a company is successful in its hyper-competitive or fragmented market. It offers a strategical blueprint of what a new company needs to exemplify in order to be viable. It demonstrates new ideas by going through the evaluation process, which allows for new thoughts of innovation. It offers a reference for practical success. For alternative methods, and Tandem use Porter's 5 forces framework, providing direction on negotiating with suppliers, in addition to his 4 competitive strategies, which is an example like a cost strategy, which can minimize supply costs for companies whom produce their own products like Coca-Cola. This will conclude my presentation on Porter's 4 competitive strategies. Thank you for your time and attention today.